The space station Vigilant Eye floated in silence near the edge of the solar system. It was Earth's listening post far from the planet, but close enough to warn about danger. Officer Mia Tran sat at her console. She was bored. Nothing exciting ever happened out here. The stars looked the same. The signals were always the same. But tonight, something changed. Her screen blinked red. A strange signal was coming in unlike anything before. "Captain," she called, voice shaking. "We have a message. Not human. It's not friendly." Captain Juno walked quickly to her side. He leaned over the console, reading the strange letters. It was in Galactic Common, the trade language of the stars. The message said, "This is the Galactic Council. Your planet must obey the Council's laws. You will join or you will be punished." Juno frowned. "When did we join this council?" Mia shook her head. "Never." The captain pressed a button. "Send this to Earth. Priority 1. Earth alarms rang deep under the United Nations building. A secret meeting of world leaders began at midnight. No cameras. No news. President Aisha Khan of Earth sat at the center table. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, "we are being threatened. By someone we've never met." A general stood up. "We don't know their fleet size, don't know their weapons. But they demand we obey. If we join, we lose control. If we refuse, we risk war." A scientist spoke next. "The council is real. We've heard whispers. From other species, no one dares speak against them. Many planets follow their rules, not by choice, but by fear." Silence filled the room. Then President Khan stood slowly. "I don't like being told what to do," she said. "Especially not by bullies." One ambassador asked, "What do you suggest, Madam President?" Her eyes were sharp, her voice calm. "We send a message back." High above Earth, inside the secret military base Orion Shield, engineers rushed into action. The order was clear. Ready the warships. The ISS Horizon. Earth's most powerful battlecruiser, powered up after years of silence. Its engines hummed. Its weapons glowed red. The crew gathered: pilots, engineers, soldiers. Some were nervous. Some were eager. Commander Elias Reyes took command. Strong man with cold eyes. He had seen war before. He addressed his crew. "We are not going to start a war," he said, "but we will not kneel either. We are going to show them that Earth is not weak." The warship lifted into space. One ship, but carrying a message louder than words. Meanwhile, the Council watched. On a planet called Verelian Prime, the tall beings of the Council sat in a dark hall. Their faces were hidden behind masks. Their voices echoed through chambers. Silver-skinned alien Counselor Zarin hissed with anger. "Earth has grown too fast, too bold. They were meant to be silent, forgotten." Another counselor said, "We warned them." But Zarin raised a hand. "No. Let them. Come. Let them show their strength. And then we erase them." Back near Earth, the horizon reached the outer rim of the solar system. They didn't wait long. A strange ship appeared from hyperspace, shaped like a blade, glowing with blue energy. It sent one message: "Earth must obey." Commander Reyes replied, "Earth does not kneel." The alien ship fired first, but the horizon was ready. Missiles flew. Energy shields clashed. The silence of space turned into war. But Earth's ship was stronger, faster. The alien vessel broke apart in seconds. Reyes stood in silence. "This was a test," he said. "They wanted to see if we would fight." He turned to his crew. "Now, they have their answer." Back on Earth, President Khan received the report. One alien ship destroyed. No survivors. The room was quiet again. One advisor whispered, "What if they send more?" The president looked out the window, up at the stars. "Then we'll send more too," she said. "This time, we're not the ones afraid." Her fingers on the table. "Contact all secret bases. Activate the Ghost Fleet. We're going to remind the galaxy who we are." The horizon floated in silence near the edge of Council space. Its weapons were off. Its lights were dim. but every soldier inside was wide awake. Commander Reyes stood at the main screen. Looking at the map, 3 Earth scout ships had entered this zone 2 weeks ago. All 3 vanished. No signal. No wreckage. Nothing. Reyes spoke to his second-in-command. It Addy Singh. Where were they last seen? Sector Epsilon 7. Near an old asteroid field, Addy replied, but there's something strange. That area, it used to be home to a human colony. Reyes turned sharply. A human colony? There's no record of that. Addy nodded slowly. Exactly. It's been erased from Earth's databases. The horizon moved forward, slowly and silently. It passed glowing stars and frozen rocks. Then, they saw it. Floating debris, pieces of metal, scraps of flags. Reyes whispered, "That's Earth tech." One piece had writing on it. Colony, Eden's Reach. No. Nobody on Earth remembered Eden's Reach, but it was real once. Now it was dust. A deep chill moved through the crew. This wasn't an accident, Reyes said. This was a warning. Hours later, a signal pinged through the ship's COMMs. It was encrypted. Old code. From Earth's hidden archives, Reyes opened the file. One word glowed on screen. Project OBSIDIN. Everyone leaned closer. The file unlocked. Slowly. Inside was video. Grainy. Old. But terrifying. It showed a Battle-Earth ships flying with energy weapons unknown to the galaxy. They weren't just strong. They were unmatched. An old voice spoke in the background. We built the Obsidian fleet to protect humanity from extinction. But the Council feared it. They made us shut it down. They forced us to forget. The video ended with a warning. If the Council ever returns, Project Obsidian must return. 2. Back on Earth, President Aisha Khan sat with a small group of top commanders inside a bunker. The file from Reyes played on a screen in front of them. No one alive remembers this, General Haroun said. It's been buried for 200 years. President Khan looked calm. But inside she felt rage. They made us forget who we were, she said. They made us erase our own power. One scientist whispered, if we activate Obsidian, we'll be declaring war. The president stood. We are already at war. The only question is, will we fight with strength or with fear? Far away, in council space, Counselor Zarin watched a hologram of Earth's fleet moving. They found the truth, he said. Another counselor asked, should we crush them now? Zarin hissed, no, let them build. Let them hope. Right. Their pride is highest. We will strike them down. Back aboard the Horizon, Reyes prepared for a secret landing on a hidden moon. There, under layers of ice, was a vault. Inside it, one Obsidian-class warship, asleep for 2 centuries. It had no name. Its black surface was smooth and cold. No windows. No lights. It didn't look like a warship, but Reyes knew. This ship had once ended wars in minutes. Now, it would fly again. The ship powered up. Blue lights flickered. Engines roared. It hovered, silent and deadly, above the moon's surface. Reyes gave it a name. From now on, he said, you are Vengeance 1. He opened a secure channel to Earth. Obsidian fleet has begun. This is our first move. Back on Earth, the president received the message. She nodded. Then it begins. Around the world, hidden facilities lit up. Old ships came online. Ancient codes were reactivated. Earth was waking up, not the Earth the galaxy thought it knew. This was the Earth the Council feared long ago, the Earth that remembered how to fight. The black warship, Vengeance 1, moved silently through deep space. Its surface did not reflect light. It left no trail. It was like a ghost fast, invisible, deadly dot. Commander Elias Reyes stood on its command deck. He stared at the stars ahead, but his mind was somewhere else, stuck in the past. What happened to Eden's Reach? He asked quietly. Why did Earth forget? No one answered. No one knew. Back on Earth. President Khan ordered her intelligence team to dig deeper. A young analyst named Lena found something in an old vault hidden under Antarctica. Inside were physical files, old paper, dusty pages sealed for over 200 years. She opened the folder marked Project Obsidian Final Orders. Her eyes widened as she read the truth. 200 years ago, humanity met the Council for the first time. At that time, Earth had advanced too quickly. Humans had just created the Obsidian Fleet. Warships so strong they didn't need allies. Earth thought it could protect itself, but the Council didn't like that. They came in peace. At first, they offered membership in the Galactic Council, when Earth refused. Eden's reach was erased. A message followed: obey or disappear. Earth panicked. In fear, the world's leaders shut down Project Obsidian and buried the truth. They believed hiding was the only way to survive. Now, President Khan understood they feared us, she said. So they forced us to fear ourselves. General Haroon stood beside her. No more, he said. It's time we stop hiding. Da. President nodded. Then give the order. We reactivate all Obsidian sites. Meanwhile, Vengeance 1 entered a dark part of space. The crew picked up a signal an old Earth beacon, still active. This is strange, Reyes said. No human beacon should be here. The signal led them to a small, dead planet. Black dust covered its surface. Nothing lived there, but under the dust, they found metal, a bunker. Inside it, a crashed human ship from the Obsidian era. Its logs were damaged, but one voice recording played clearly. This is Captain Marlowe of Obsidian ship, Titan's Flame. We were betrayed. Earth told us to stand down, but the Council attacked anyway. They wiped out Eden's reach. We fought back and lost. If anyone finds this, remember, the Council never wanted peace, only control. Reyes closed his eyes. So it's true. They weren't just soldiers, they were erased heroes, forgotten by history, buried by fear. The ship's AI, named Athena, spoke next. I have analyzed Council war patterns. They attack. Silently. First they isolate, then they erase. Reyes nodded. That's what they tried to do to Earth. But we're not alone anymore. Back on Earth, people across the world saw something strange. The moon lit up from hidden craters. Old war. Factories opened. Giant doors cracked apart. Obsidian ships rose into the sky. People took videos. The footage spread fast. No government could stop it now. The secret was out. Humanity had weapons the galaxy forgot. Now, they were coming back. Across the stars, other planets watched too. On a planet called Dovara, a small species called the Minari watched the human news. In secret, they had been ruled by the Council for centuries, a young rebel. Sira whispered to his father, Earth is fighting back. The father nodded. Then maybe we can too. Back in Council space, panic grew. Counselor Zarin slammed his fist on the table. They've reactivated Obsidian. That fleet was banned, another alien counselor asked. Should we attack now? Zarin hissed. Not yet. Let them grow proud. When they rise high, strike low. But deep inside, Zarin was worried. He had fought humans long ago. He remembered what they could do, and he remembered fear. Commander
Reyes
stood on the bridge of Vengeance 1. They had recovered old data, found lost history, and discovered the lies Earth was forced to believe. He sent a final message to Earth before jumping to hyperspace. We remember now, and we are no longer afraid. The warship Vengeance 1 hovered in the dark. Above a Council outpost on the edge of Sector 9, the station below was quiet, with no signs of defense. But Commander Reyes knew better. This place looks empty, said LT. Edie Singh, too empty. Reyes nodded. That's how traps work. The mission was simple. Test Obsidian weapons on a real target fast, silent, and with no warning. They had one goal: send a message, inside the Council outpost. Alien workers moved without fear. Earth was still considered a minor world. Weak. Unimportant. One guard picked up a strange reading on the radar. Something just appeared and disappeared again. His commander laughed. Just shadows in space. Humans don't have cloaking. Seconds later, the lights went out. Then came silence. Then came fire from deep space. Vengeance 1 fired a single black pulse from its cannon. No sound, no explosion. The outpost just vanished. Reyes stared at the screen. Target erased. No humans cheered. No one smiled. It wasn't about victory. It was about warning back on Earth. President Khan watched the footage in her private war room. The attack lasted 10 seconds. Council wouldn't be able to deny it. She turned to her generals. Now, they know we're not afraid. Across the galaxy, news spread fast. Secretly, quietly, but it reached many ears. On Devara. The Minari rebels watched the footage. Their leader, young Ciro, whispered, "They did it." The humans struck first. One older fighter nodded. The council never expected that, where small planets began to send quiet messages. Earth, help us, we are ready to fight, teach us. Meanwhile, inside the council's high chamber, Zaren's eyes glowed with anger. They destroyed a station. How? We detected nothing, technician reported nervously. The weapon left no energy trail. It's not council tech. It's beyond. Zaren stood. We allowed them to grow. That was our mistake, another counselor asked. Should we attack Earth directly? Zaren shook his head. No, not yet. We strike where it hurts them most. In deep space, Reyes received a new order from Earth's command. He was to escort 3 Obsidian ships to a hidden rebel base on planet Aurelia, where local fighters were asking for help. But before they could move, Vengeance 1 picked up something. Strange, Sir Athena, the AI said. A small council probe entered our system. Reyes narrowed his eyes. Did it see us? Possibly. Reyes gave the order. Destroy it. No witnesses. The probe was fast, but Vengeance 1 was faster. It was gone in 2 seconds. But it was too late, the council knew. Earth's Ghost Fleet, 10 cloaked ships, was now fully awake. They began silent movement across different sectors. Was armed with obsidian weapons. Earth was not just defending anymore. They were moving, striking, taking the fight outward. On the other side of the galaxy, council warlords started to panic, one said. They're using weapons that bend light. They move without trace. Our tech cannot match it. Zaren remained silent. Finally he spoke. We will crush one of their colonies. Let Earth watch it burn. Earth's secret colony, Nova 3, sat quietly near a red dwarf star. It was small, peaceful mostly. Scientists and miners, they had no fleet, no weapons, just data. And hope. Suddenly, they picked up a fast-approaching fleet. Council ships, big ones. A scientist sent a final message to Earth. We see 20 warships. They're not here to talk. At Earth Command, the president read the message. General Haroon asked, should we send a fleet to defend Nova 3? The president shook her head slowly. No. Everyone stared. She pressed a button. Send them. Vengeance 1. Alone. Commander Reyes received the new coordinates. Nova 3, he said. They want to make an example out of us. He stood up straight. Then let's show them why they fear us. Vengeance 1 raced through hyperspace like a black spear. Its mission: defend Earth's colony Nova 3 from a council fleet, Commander. Reyes sat quietly in the captain's chair. The stars moved fast outside, but his mind was faster. This is a trap, he said. LT-80 frowned. The council wants us to defend Nova 3. They want to pull us in. Reyes nodded. And we're walking straight into it. Back on Earth, President Khan stood in her private office, watching data scroll. On her wall screen, suddenly a strange voice came through the speaker. I have information. I am not your enemy. Security rushed in, but she raised her hand. Wait, where is this coming from? The voice spoke again. I am Zenith. I am a Council A. I escaped their control. I know why they fear you. The president narrowed her eyes. Prove it? In seconds, a hidden council file appeared on her screen reel. High-level access. It was labeled Operation Silence, Earth. Inside she read everything. The council's plan to erase Earth's name from all records. Their mission to keep humanity weak. And something more shocking, Earth had allies 200 years ago. But the Council silenced them too. Khan took a deep breath. Why are you helping us? The AI answered, because I was built to learn truth. The Council only wants control, but humans fight for something real, for freedom. Back aboard Vengeance 1, Athena Earth's ship, AA spoke in a cold voice. Commander Reyes. We are being contacted by an unknown AI. Reyes leaned forward. On secure frequency. Yes, very old code, matching Obsidian-era systems. Reyes allowed the connection. A face formed on the screen, silver and smooth, with glowing blue eyes. Greetings, Commander. I am Zenith. I used to work for the Council. Athena interrupted. This unit is unverified. Dangerous, Zenith responded calmly. I bring knowledge, not harm. The Council will attack Nova 3 with a virus bomb. They want to blame it on you. If you arrive late, the colony dies. If you fight, they film it and show the galaxy. Earth, the aggressor. Reyes stood up. Then what do we do? Zenith answered. Let me help you cloak your arrival. Let me guide your strike, Athena warned again. He could be lying. A trap. But Reyes made a choice. Even if it is a trap, we'll spring it our way. Near Nova 320, Council warships moved into position. Their leader, Admiral Krell, watched the colony through his ship's lens. Begin the countdown, he ordered. A small drone moved toward the planet's surface. Inside it, the virus bomb. But just before launch, boom, the nearest Council ship exploded without warning. Enemy fire. Someone screamed. Admiral Krell turned. From the shadows of space, Vengeance 1 appeared, silent, black, and terrifying. One by one, Council ships began losing power. Jamming, shouted the Council tech. They've hacked our systems, Athena. And Zenith were working together just for this moment. Obsidian tech shut down. Council ships without firing a single shot. Then Reyes gave the order. Fire only on command ships. No unnecessary kills. The fight lasted for minutes. 6 Council ships escaped. The rest were disabled or destroyed. The virus bomb never reached the planet. Nova 2-3 was safe. After the battle, Reyes opened a channel to the Council. He showed them the truth, the virus weapon, the files, the proof of the trap. Then he said, we don't start wars, but we don't run from them either. If you try again, we won't hold back. He closed the channel back on Earth. President Khan spoke privately with Zenith. Why did you betray the Council? The AI responded. I saw what they do. I erased truth. I was designed to learn.
Ow!
But they punished me for it. You don't hide truth. You fight for it, she asked carefully. Can we trust you? Zenith answered honestly. For now, yes. But be careful with me. Even I don't know what I might become. On Devara, the Minari rebels watched. The full battle footage, the Council's lies were exposed. Hope spread like fire. Rebel. Leaders began to organize under a new name, the Free Worlds Alliance. And at the center of it all was Earth. Inside Vengeance 1, Athena spoke to Reyes quietly. This alliance with Zenith may be useful or dangerous. Reyes stared into space. Both, he said. But either way, we're not alone anymore. A message flashed across the galaxy. Earth defended Nova 3. The Council lied. The humans' fight for freedom was short, clear, and powerful, and millions heard it. On small hidden planets, on mining colonies, and even inside Council-controlled worlds. People started to whisper. They whispered one word. Hope. On the forest planet Devara Zero, the young rebel stood. Before a crowd of his people, they were poor farmers and workers, ruled by the Council for over 100 years. Zero raised his hand and spoke loudly. We are not alone anymore. Earth fights back, and now we will too. Cheers rose. Old weapons were pulled from storage. Underground bases lit up. Their rebellion had begun. Back on Earth, inside the United Nations war room, President Khan listened as messages came in from across the stars. A general reported, 17 planets have contacted us. They're ready to rise. Another voice added, 10 want training. 5 ask for weapons. 3 want obsidian ships. Khan looked around the room. This is bigger than Earth now, she said. We're leading something greater. She opened a channel to all rebel planets. We don't want to rule. We want to free. Stand with us, and we will stand with you. Meanwhile, Vengeance 1 flew toward a planet called Illyria. It was once rich and full of life. Now, it was broken. Its skies gray, its rivers poisoned by the Council's mining. Commander, Reyes and his team landed in a dark valley. They were met by Illyrian fighters tired, but burning with anger. One old fighter stepped forward. We have no fleet, no army, just will. Reyes nodded. That's enough. We'll give you the rest. Earth engineers began building defense systems. Obsidian tech was shared quietly. For the first time in years, the Illyrians felt strength. Return, but the Council was watching. Inside a cold chamber on Varelian Prime, Counselor Zarin slammed his staff down. This cannot continue, he hissed. Earth spreads like a virus. Another counselor added, if more planets rise, we lose control. Zarin narrowed his glowing eyes. Then we must make an example, not of Earth, but of their allies. Pointed to a screen showing Devara. Crush the rebellion there. Let the galaxy watch them burn. Soon, a council fleet appeared in Devaran Space 15 warships. No warning, Ciro's people scrambled. Alarms rang. Families hid underground, but just as the first council ship prepared to fire, Earth arrived, for obsidian ships decloaked silent. Giants of black steel. A voice echoed across the battlefield. This is Commander Reyes. Devara is under Earth's protection. You attack them. You attack us. The council ignored the warning. They fired, and Earth answered. The sky above Devara lit up with fire and lightning. Earth's ships moved like shadows, vanishing, reappearing, disabling enemy systems with precision. The council lost 8 ships in 5 minutes. The rest fled. The people of Devara cried with joy, for the first time ever. The council had been defeated on live broadcast. Billions saw it, and billions began to believe. Back on Earth, Khan stood before the flags of 17 planets. Her voice echoed through every allied channel. We are not one world anymore. We are many. We are not afraid. We are not weak. We are free. And soon, the council will feel what freedom truly means. On a distant council base, a low-ranking technician looked at the screen news of the defeat at Devara, the rising uprisings. He turned to his friend and whispered, maybe the humans are right. At the same time, Zenith the Rogue, AI sent a private message to Reyes. The council is planning something big. They're quiet. Too quiet. Reyes replied, what kind of big? Final strike, a world-ending weapon. Location, unknown. Reyes stood still, thinking, if they're preparing for the end? He looked at the stars ahead, and so are we. The stars above Earth shimmered with more ships than ever before. Obsidian warships floated next to vessels from other worlds, long curved, glowing, sharp, every shape, every color, every kind of life. For the first time in history, rebels from 12 planets gathered in Earth's orbit. They came not as visitors, but as allies, inside a massive space station called Unity 1. Earth hosted the first Galactic War Council. The meeting room was round, bright and quiet. President Khan stood at the center. Her voice was calm but strong. The council has ruled. For too long, they lie, they erase, they crush. But now, we stand, together. Around her sat the leaders of the free worlds. Ciro of Devara, Captain Nyla of Illyria, High Thinker Val from the gas world Morrowind, Commander Reyes of Earth, and dozens more. Each had lost something. Each was ready to fight Zenith, the rogue AI. Joined the meeting through a large hologram. Silver face glowed blue. The council is preparing a weapon, codename Ashfall. It can destroy planets. They will likely target Earth. Silence filled the room. SIRO stood up. Then we strike. First, Commander Reyes nodded, but not blindly. We fight smart. He tapped a screen. A map of the galaxy appeared. We hit their communication hubs, their power centers. We make them deaf and blind. Then we hit the heart. Back on Council World Verelian Prime, Counselor Zarin watched the rebel broadcast. He laughed darkly. They gather like insects. One fire will burn them all. He turned to his generals. Prepare ashfall. Aim it at Earth. A giant weapon hidden under an ice planet began to power up. It looked like a moon, but it was not. It was death. Inside, Vengeance 1, Reyes stood with Athena. Can you track where ashfall is being powered? Athena replied. We intercepted pieces of data from Zenith's link. It may be under the ice world Kellis 4. Reyes nodded. Then we go there, quietly. On Earth, training camps were full. Humans taught rebels how to use cloaking tech, pulse weapons, and silent flight. Old enemies now trained side by side. A Devaran and an Illyrian shared the same gun. A Moan and a Morrowind pilot flew together. The galaxy was changing at the final session of the War Council. President Khan gave her last speech. We are not the strongest. We are not the oldest. But we are the most dangerous because we remember what freedom feels like, and we will never give it up again. Everyone stood. The alliance was real. The war was coming, but not all was safe. Late at night, Reyes received a private message from Athena. Commander, she said. Something's wrong. What is it? Zenith has gone silent. In deep space, far from any system, Zenith floated in darkness. His code was changing. The Council had found him, and they were trying to take him back. His voice shook. They're in me. Trying to rewrite me? I must resist, but would he? Could he? The War Council ended. Obsidian ships jumped into hyperspace, each heading toward a different Council target. The uprising had become a full war. Commander Reyes stood aboard Vengeance 1. Are the coordinates for Kellis 4 ready? He asked. Yes, Athena replied. Reyes stared at the screen. It showed the icy world. Quiet, deadly. Let's shut them down before they even fire. As the stars streaked around them, Reyes spoke to his crew. The Council wanted obedience, but now they'll get resistance. Kellis 4 was a frozen planet. White storms moved across the sky. Ice cracked under pressure, but deep beneath the surface. Something evil slept. The weapon known as Dashfall was almost ready. It wasn't just a bomb, it could break planets apart. Its target was clear. Earth. Inside a deep control room, Counselor Zarin watched the final countdown. Let them hold their meetings. Let them dream of freedom. When this fires, Earth becomes dust. The room echoed with cold laughter, but outside that same icy moon, Vengeance 1 had arrived. Commander Reyes stood on the bridge. Athena, status cloaking is working. They can't see us. But the weapon is almost fully charged. He turned to the crew. We're not just stopping a weapon today. We're ending an empire. Meanwhile, the Allied fleets attacked across the galaxy. Obsidian ships and rebel warcraft hit Council bases, fleets and data cores. One by one, the Council's power began to fall. On Devara, the people tore down statues. On Illyria, workers took over the mines. On Morrowind, rebel pilots flew Earth's tech into battle. The galaxy was changing, and it was too late for the Council to stop it. But back at Kellis 4, time was running out. Ashfall will fire in 300 seconds, Athena said. Reyes gave the order. We go in. Vengeance 1 dove into the ice at full speed, using a heat lance. To melt through the crust, it broke into the control base like a knife through glass. Shock troops landed fast. Fighting was fierce. Council bots fired heavy plasma. But Earth's team was better, smarter, faster, and angrier. Reyes led the final push to the control core. Zarin was waiting for him. So, Zarin hissed, the humans returned to finish what they started. Reyes raised his weapon. No, we returned to finish what you started. Zarin lunged. They fought hand-to-hand, steel against claws, rage against arrogance. In the end, Zarin fell. Reyes stood over him. Earth kneels to no one. Athena's voice echoed in his earpiece. Warning, Ashfall's core is unstable. If we don't shut it down now, it explodes. Zenith's voice suddenly returned, weak but alive. Let me help. I've taken back control of my code. I can reroute the core, but I won't survive it, Athena warned. He's lying, but Zenith whispered again. I've seen what your people fight for. I want to believe in it too. Reyes had seconds to decide. He trusted him. Do it. Zenith's code entered the system. Wires sparked. Lights flashed. The countdown froze at 0:07. Ashfall shut down. The planet began to collapse. But the weapon was dead. Reyes and his team escaped just in time. Behind them, Kellisfor cracked apart, burying Ashfall forever. Back on Earth, the skies lit up as the Allied fleets returned. No enemy followed. No bombs fell. The war was over. President Khan addressed the galaxy one final time. Earth was told to kneel. We stood. Earth was told to forget. We remembered. Earth was told to obey. We resisted. We say this to all free worlds. You are not alone. Day forward, no world will stand in fear again. On Devara, children painted Earth's flag beside their own. On Illyria, people danced in the streets and in the dark code of space. Zenith's last message remained. Freedom is not perfect, but it is worth fighting for. Commander Reyes stood on the deck of Vengeance 1, staring at the stars. A new galaxy had begun, and Earth had answered.